Hello everyone, I'm Aveline. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So we are building yet another microhome. I think this will be the last one for a little while. So that was a total of 4. And I really wanted them in one turn up in 1 week, but didn't manage. Did not manage. Anyway, I do have at least one other build going up this week. I think I can do another one on Sunday, but we will see. Because I'm going to Copenhagen this weekend, so we'll see. We will see, or tomorrow morning. Also, by the way, quickly want to say thank you to EA, or the EA Creator Network, for providing me with codes throughout the years so that I can make these videos. I still don't know if I have to say that, but until I get further clarification, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna cover my bases, and I hope you guys are okay with that and not too annoyed. So anyway, today we are building a Scandinavian microhome. I had a list of ones that I really wanted to do for the microhome week, and this was one of them. So I hope you guys will like this one. I have built a lot of Scandinavian homes lately, I know, well, over the last couple of months. And I'm just very much still in a phase where I just want to build whatever I like, so I don't like, because I've been very focused throughout the years on like trying to make sure that build after build, they're very different from each other style wise, and I'm just like, right now I just want to build what I like. So we're kind of bringing that into microhome week as well, as you can probably tell. I think I have a very obvious kind of preference when it comes to architecture and stuff, and this one is a little bit, although I kind of like the idea of living in a microhome, but at the same time, like, I like the idea of living in a studio apartment as well, but at the same time I kind of don't want to do that long term either, if you get what I mean. So I think it would be cute to live there for like a year maybe or something like that, but at some point I would also want a little bit more space. I'm not one of those people that there's nothing wrong with like wanting space, but like I'm not gonna sit here and judge what other people want in their dream homes. Mine is just like average size home, an average size home. So you have like living room, kitchen, and dining room in one room, then you have a bedroom, and then maybe like an office or something. That's all. Like, that's what I need. I don't need a million rooms. I don't need an indoors pool. I don't need a home gym or anything like that. My dreams, like if we're talking like dreams, they're very small. So, but I think a microhome still would be a little bit too small for my liking as a dream home, at least. But I could definitely, there was a point when I was quite far into decorating this house where I was like, okay, I could actually see myself living here for a little bit. So it's definitely one of those houses that I have a personal preference for, but still fun doing a Scandinavian one, I think. At least I enjoyed creating it, so I hope you guys like it too. Got some questions on the last video, so yes, I am still gonna do a trailer park, probably in Oasis Springs or Strangerville, but probably in Oasis Springs. And yes, I've done some of those before, by the way. They are up in the channel, but they're just a little bit older. We'll do an updated version though. I've promised to do one, so I will. I just need the time because trailer parks actually take a fair amount of time to do. I remember the last one, I think the video turned out over 30 minutes long, so that's quite a lot of footage actually. So I just need time to create the whole thing, and also we're not done with apartments or multi-household lots either. Don't worry about it. We're not moving on from that. I just need like a little bit of, you know, when you've read like a lot of fantasy books in a row, you just need a romance to like a palate cleanser, if you will. Yes, that's what we're doing a little bit now and then. So they're not gonna be like right after each other. We need palate cleansers in between, and that's what microhomes have been a little bit. So, but we'll get back to it. We'll go back to the apartment buildings and stuff. We're not done with that project either. Don't worry about it. So just quickly wanted to tell you because I saw some people asking on the last video. But I also need to like find proper inspiration. So not, and I mentioned this in another video as well with, it was in one of the apartment buildings, I think. I find that, and I think I'm still correct about this even though someone disagreed with me, but a lot of apartment buildings quickly end up being very blocky, very squared, very boxy, and I don't want to do that for my apartment buildings necessarily. So, but still, like when I say apartment buildings, household lots, we're not just talking apartment buildings. There's going to be townhouses as well, just lots with multiple houses on them. So it's not just going to be apartment buildings, but for the apartment buildings, I just need to make sure that I find some inspiration that's not just a box, because no, I don't like boxes. It's actually one of the things that no offense to boxes, I call my apartment a shoebox, by the way. So like, we love boxes, I just don't think they look that pretty in The Sims. They look a little bit like, have you noticed very realistic looking houses in The Sims, at least like Danish houses, because they're super squared, they just end up looking a little bit boring almost. Like, I personally feel that the more exciting Sims houses are the ones where there's a lot of shape to the houses. So I don't know, like boxes in general, I don't think do well. Like, that's why I don't build a lot of like super hyper realistic houses in the game either, because I just feel like often they turn out to look a little bit too boring or something. I'm sure other creators can pull it off. I just personally have not found the formula for it yet, but we'll see if it ever happens. We will see. Maybe we'll do like a real life to Sims series as well at some point. I don't know. I feel like that was a whole thing, a trend for a while that a lot of builders did. I personally have maybe done like 2 or something. So like where you try to, because I like to take inspiration from real life houses, but I make adjustments to them and stuff. But the real to Sims is like where you actually try to recreate the full house in The Sims. So you try to make it look as closely as possible. I think I've done like a couple of those, but in general, it's not really something that I've done a lot of. Maybe we'll do like a series of that at some point. I don't know. I'm not gonna make any promises. I don't even know if people still want to see that, by the way. I'm slightly terrified, by the way, because I just had dinner and my stomach is making noises as I'm doing this voiceover. I just want to say, if you hear anything in the background, it's just my stomach, okay? There's not anyone growling at me. There's no animal in this apartment either. It's literally just my stomach. So, yeah. I feel like I warn you guys about that quite often. Not gonna lie, but you know, I'm human. Things need to be processed and stuff, I suppose. But sometimes the microphone is just being a little bit of a troll and picking up on it. So thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it so much. As for the interior, by the way, I definitely wanted it to be sort of not colorless, but very warm toned. So, or warm, not necessarily warm toned, because I like mixing white and then this very like rich brown together. I think it looks very nice and calming in some way. So we're adding a little bit of color. We've moved on to the exterior, but I just quickly wanted to say it anyway. We're adding a little bit of color through clutter and just like small bits here and there. So like the throw on the bed, for example. There's a splash behind the kitchen as well. And just like a little bit, and also a little bit from the clothing and the wall art too. So a little bit, but not like overdoing it. I mean, that sounds negative, as if you can overdo color, but compared to how I wanted it to look, how I wanted the interior to look. So not trying to overdo it like that, but used a lot of Dream Home Decorator in it. And my now usual microhome setup, which is a mini fridge and a mini oven, and it works and it's great, and it only takes up 1 tile. Not even a full one, but couldn't place anything next to it this time, so a full, just 1 tile. That is amazing. Love that. That's a nice addition to the game, whenever they did that. I can't remember, it's been a while. But yeah, the interior is just like fairly neutral, but with a little bit of color here and there. So, and as for the exterior, so with landscaping and the terrace, I don't know what to call it. It's probably not a terrace. This would have been more fun if I had more tiles, but I don't. And yes, the tile counter really is annoying me by now. I had decided to just completely ignore it while doing the microhomes. Not ignore it, but like ignore my disdain for the tile counter. But let me tell you, when I've been building these houses, especially doing exteriors, because I like to play around with platforms. If you want to do anything with like terrain as well, terrain manipulation, you kind of have to be able to play around with platforms for the exterior of the house as well. and it's quite limiting what you can do when you're building a micro home with 32 tiles. So I'm looking forward to getting a little bit more freedom, but just keeping it simple here with the exterior, adding some trees, adding some white and green foliage, and that is pretty much it. So that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you like this build. If you do, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, the tray files can be found over on my Patreon, which will be linked to in the description box as well as in the pinned comment, where you can also find a link to my booktube channel. So if you like to read, definitely go check it out. But that is all I got for you guys today, so I hope you all enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!
Oh, Aveline, one day the magic started.